a little bit more time. So we're going to do lots of stuff on the course today. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to go over one of the things that we're going to do today before we actually get started. So we're going to do some bridge work today. Or wheel, depending on what it is you want to do. So there's going to be a move that we're going to be basically in a reverse table like this. And then what I'm going to want you to do is swing your arm over into a wheel. Now, if you're thinking, not a chance, Frankie, am I doing that? You're going to be in your reverse table and you're going to drop down onto your back and push your hips up to be in a bridge, okay? So don't worry if you don't want to do the full wheel. Hopefully that makes sense. It all makes sense when we're doing it. All right, okay, we'll get started. So, I want us sitting on our mats, nice and comfy, however comfortable, however you sit comfortably, all right? You might be sitting like me, you might have your legs a bit more crossed like this, you might have them out in front. Just make sure your legs are comfy. And we're going to close those eyes, and I want us sitting up nice and tall, lifting that chest up, all right? So you're making your lungs as big as you can, so you can get as much oxygen in as possible. And just let your shoulders fall down, push them away from your ears. And just take some nice deep breaths here. Centering yourselves on the mat. And then when you're ready, one hand goes on the side of your head and you're pulling that head down. So getting that nice stretch inside of your neck. And then when you're ready, just take it to the other side. Exactly the same. Then the weight of your arm, pull your head down, lengthening that neck. And release, drop your chin to your chest, bind your fingers behind your head and place them on the back of your head. Let the weight of your arms pull you down, lengthening the back of your neck. You should feel that stretch. Still sit up nice and tall, don't crunch over. And you should feel it pulling in the up of your back as well. And release that down. And let's circle the head round. 3 times one way. And then when you're ready, go 3 times the other way. And when you're back to the center, just lift up that head, open your eyes, and let's pop those legs out in front nice and long for me. Make sure we're still sitting up tall. Hands on your thighs, sliding forward and back. So keep your legs straight for me, all right? You might be tempted to lift them up a little bit. Push those knees into the floor. And then just go as far forward as your hamstrings will allow, okay? Everyone's hamstrings are different lengths. If they're long, you might be able to get to your toes. And if they're short, you might only be able to get to your knees. But however long they are, I want you to push through, lengthening them each time you do this, trying to get a little bit further. We're going to go forward one more time and hold it here wherever you can reach. So you might be with me at your feet, on your toes. You might be on your ankles, your calves. Just hold wherever it is. Keep your chest up, all right? Don't push yourself forward. Keep your chest up. You're not going to get any further forward by hunching your back. You're just going to hurt your back, so don't do it. And sliding back up. Foot on the inside of your thigh. Reach for those toes. We're going over and up. Over and up. And a little bit of movement in that body now. Warm up the trunk as we do this. One more time, going over, back up, switch it to the other side. Exactly the same, over and up. Getting some movement in those shoulders, warming them up as well. Stretching the core, stretching the obliques. Last one, coming back up and bringing both your feet together. Push those knees nice and wide for me, sitting up tall. We're going to take the chin to the chest and roll it down as low as you want to, and then roll it back up. So as you roll forward, you should feel that stretch in the muscles either side of your spine. You don't have to get super low to feel it. Might only even be a little bit. As long as you can feel that stretch, it doesn't matter. Stop there and take your legs out nice and wide as you feel comfortable. It might not be particularly wide this morning because it might be a little bit stiff, but that's fine. And while we're there, we're going to sway from side to side, taking the head down to the knee, and bringing the arms over with it. Do it one more time, and back to the center. Hands go on the floor in front of you, keeping that back nice and straight for me. You're sliding forwards and back. So again, don't take your head down, keep your head up, and just go as far forward as you feel comfortable. So you might be able to get all the way to the edge of your mat. You might be sitting at the front of your mat and be able to go all the way over to your cover bit. You might even have a little bit, you might only have like a few inches. It just depends on how much flexibility you've got in your glutes and your hamstrings. So if you're a runner, you're probably going to struggle with this one, which is why you got to do it. Final one, and coming back in. Legs nice and long for me. I want you to take one foot and put it over the opposite knee. And then whichever knee is bent going over, you put the opposite arm across it and you push against it and look behind you. So you're looking over your shoulder, and I want you to push the arm against the knee and see if you can get a bigger twist in your trunk. So you really should feel this all the way around your middle, not just in your core, in your tummy muscles, but in your back as well. Big twist. And back to the front for me. Lengthen those legs, and whichever leg was over, put the other one over now, and just the same, opposite arm to knee, push against it and look back behind you. Push against it a little bit more once you're in position, and try and get a little bit more out of the stretch. To the center. Lovely. Bring those legs in, hands forward onto your hands and your knees in your table position. So make sure your back is nice and flat. We're going to go to our first cat and cows. So I want us to do cat first. So you're going to push your belly up and take your chin to your chest. Feel the stretch in your back. And then we go to the cow. So this one you're looking up and pushing your belly down, getting a nice curve in your back. And this one you should feel it stretching your core, your tummy muscles. And looking down with your back up in your cat. And going back to your cow. Let's do one more time of each in the cat. And to the cow. And relax back into your table. From here we're going to put our legs out long into a plank. Hold it here, engage that core, work your shoulders a little bit more. We're going to lower down. If you can, keep it just above the floor and then push up into your up dog. Excuse my elbows. I'm hypermobile, so I can push them right out and it's pretty gross. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Getting that big stretch in your core and your hip flexors. Toes down to the floor for me. Bum goes into the air, into your downward dog. And I want you to pedal your feet now. So you keep your toes on the floor. You're just lifting one heel while pressing the other into the mat. And as you press it down, you should really feel that good stretch in your calves and your Achilles and in your hamstrings as well. They're all connected, so as you push down, they're all going to be stretching. And then walking forward for me and rolling up nice and slow. Lovely. Let's take a big inhale up. And an exhale down. Alright, from here we're going to do our first salutation, get that body moving. So let's do a nice big inhale up, reaching up high and falling all the way forward. And we're going to come up for halfway lift, so I want a nice flat back. If you can see your reflection in the mirror, television, make sure you check your back, make sure it's flat. So it's going to look like this. What we don't want is any arches, alright? Nice and flat. And back down to the floor for me. And from here, I want your hands flat on the floor. If you need to bend your knees to get there, that's absolutely fine. Jump or step your feet back into a plank. And we're going to lower ourselves down again to chaturanga. Hold it just above if you can. And push forward and up into your up dog. And if you want to take it a little bit further, lift your legs up off the mat so your points of contact are your feet and your hands. And from here, toes go to the floor. Back into downward dog and pedal your feet. And walking those feet towards your hands for me. And rolling up nice and slow. With a big inhale up and an exhale down. Lovely. Alright, so we're going to go through our main workout now. So I'm going to want you to sort of stand in the middle of your mat, or if you're not on a mat you can stand anywhere, but make sure you've got a decent space in front and behind you, okay? Feet reasonably wide, alright, a little bit wider than your hips. Nice big inhale up. Place your hands together and sink down into your nice low squat. So I want your elbows to be in your knees, your bums nice and low. Try and keep your feet flat on the floor when you're in this position. If this is enough for you, stay here. But if you want to take it further, you put your hands onto the floor, tip forward and balance on your hands, lifting your feet up when you're ready. You've got to find that balance. Not tipping too far forward, but keeping those toes up. And taking it back down. Hands go forward, feet down into your table. Right, from here we're going to lift one arm and one leg, and it's going to be opposites on this round, okay? So we're going to lift the left arm and the right leg, and you're lifting them out nice and long for me. So that leg is straight back behind you, the arm is straight in front. And then take it down and just do exactly the same on the other side. Lifting one leg, lifting the opposite arm. So this is really good for your balance. And anything that we require balance for, you're going to be using your core. So your core is going to be working now. But we're also using that glute and that shoulder and the hamstring. The whole body really. Take it down and let's do it again on the other side. Opposite arm to leg. Holding it here. Feel your tummy lengthen as you stretch. Take it down and let's do it one more time on the other side. See if you can stretch it a little bit further, push that hand forward, push the leg away, and feel the stretch in your tummy. And release it down. Lovely. From here we're going to sit back into our feet and come up onto our knees. I want you to reach one hand back and touch your heel. The other one comes up and let the weight of it pull over. So you're really feeling a big stretch all in your core up here. And then we're going to twist and do exactly the same on the other side. So the hand that was in the air goes down to the heel, and the hand that was on the heel goes up into the air. Big stretch. And back to the other side. And one more time for me. And back to the center. Lovely. Hands go forward, feet go back into a plank. So from here we're going to do a side plank. We're going to go onto our right hand this round, onto our right hand. Support it here in your side plank, nice and strong. If you want to take it a bit further, you can take your arm into the air. And if you want to take it further still, you can lift that top leg. Hold it here, work in your core. Take it down, and I want you to take your arm behind you and turn into a reverse plank. Reverse plank here. So you're on your heels with your toes pointing up, pushing your hips into the air and your hands flat on the floor. Bring your feet in so you're in your reverse table. Now this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the class. So if you want to, you can take your arm over and go into wheel, or you can lower yourself down and go into bridge, okay? I'm gonna do wheel, so I'm gonna lift up one hand, twist it over, and put it onto the floor. And hold it here for me. If you don't want to do that, come down into a bridge here. Still hips up, still stretching your core. And lower it down, whether you're in bridge or wheel. And just take a second here. Bridge is a big pose. And we're going to do another one later. So take it easy. Deep breath. And then I want us to lift ourselves up with our hands behind our back. I'm going to twist so you can see me better. Don't think I picked the best angle. Lift up your legs for me, so you're in your boat pose. And hold it here, work in the core. And slowly lower it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax it off. And we're going to lift our back up again. Hands go behind our back again. And we're going to go back to our reverse plank. So heels are on the floor, lifting the glutes up. We're going to go back to the side plank, so onto the right hand again. into your side plank. And again, if you want to take it higher, lift your arm and lift your leg. And then twist it to front plank again for me. And we're going to lower it down to chaturanga. Push up into up dog. Lots of strength in this yoga session this morning. Toes down, back into down dog, and pedal for me. And walking those feet towards your hands. And roll up nice and slow with a big inhale up. And an exhale down. Lovely. I'm very hot after that. Lots of strength. So we're going to do it again. Just one more time. We're going to change a few little bits to make it a little bit harder. If you didn't do the wheel and you just did the bridge and you would like to have a go at the bridge, now is your chance. And if you didn't do the crow either, you can do it in this one. All right, so let's do a big inhale up. Hands together. Squat down, keeping your feet low. Elbows go into your knees, so you're getting a good stretch in your hips. Make sure your feet are flat and you're distributing that balance evenly. And then when you're ready, if you want to, we're going to do the crow. So hands go forward onto the floor and you tip, lifting your feet up and balance here, getting that good balance. So you don't want your head to go too far forward and you don't want your feet on the floor. Tip back when you're ready. Hands go forwards, knees go down. Lovely. All right, so from here, we're going to do the stretches again, but we're going to do the same side. We're going to make it a little bit harder. If you don't want to do the same side because it's too much, just stick with the opposite sides, all right? So we're going to be lifting the same hand and the same leg. This is going to require a lot more balance. So start by lifting the leg. Once you've got the balance there, lift the arm. It's a lot harder. And put it down and do the same on the other side. Lifting the leg out, shifting your weight and lifting the opposite arm. Chances are you're a lot better on one side than the other. It's very normal, but we've got to do both to keep you even. And try and make your weaker side better. And take it down. And let's do it one more time on each side. So lift the leg out nice and long. Find a point that's not going to move so you can balance. And hold it. And release one more time on the other side. Leg goes out. Arm goes out. And take it back down. Lovely. Sit back into your feet and sit up on your knees. We're reaching around for the heel. Bring the arm up and let the weight of it pull you down. Get a nice big stretch in your core and your hip flexor. And swing those arms and go the other way. And back to the first side. And back to the second side. And come forward again. Hands go in front. We're in that table pose. So we're going to do those side planks again. So you need to put your legs out behind you in a front plank. And we went onto the right hand last time. So this time we're going to go onto the left in that side plank for me. Now if you want to take it further, you lift your arm. Further again, lift your leg. And we're going to go into that reverse plank. So take it behind you. So your heels are on the floor, and so your hands are pushing your hips up here. So you're working your core, but also your glutes and your hamstrings. And then bring your feet in, so you're in your reverse table. And then from here, you can do the wheel or you can do the bridge, so it's up to you. So if you're doing the wheel, you take your hand up and twist it over. If you're doing the bridge, just lower yourself down to this position here. It's up to you. Whatever you're doing, pushing those hips up nice and high. And lower it down onto your back and relax. Bridges and wheels are hard. Big stretches. If there's one stretch you do in the morning, it should be a bridge. Alright, let's do our boat pose. So you're going to sit up slightly, hands go behind your back for support, and lift your legs up so they're nice and straight. Working the core here, holding it strong. And then we're going to lower it down slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Hopefully you can feel that core working. And then we're going to come back up again, hands behind, fingers pointing towards your toes. Lift up your glutes in that reverse plank. We're going to go back to the side plank, so we're going to go back onto the left hand into your side plank, holding it nice and strong. If you want to take it up a level, lift up your arm, up a level still, lift up your leg. And then you're going to come round into your front plank, holding it here. Lower it down to chaturanga. Push up into your up dog. And toes down into down dog and pedal. Yourself down so you're laying on your stomach. We're going to do a little roll onto our back. So we've done lots of bridges today. So we've been stretching our core and compressing our back. So now we want to go the other way and just really open up the back so we don't have any tension there. So we're going to do a backwards roll. So what I want us to do is lift our legs up into the air. Support your back with your hands if you want to, or take your hands to the floor. Legs are straight up in the air, using your core. And then when you're ready, bend your knees and take your knees to be either side of your head. And if you can, toes to the floor. So you're in a nice big ball with your legs out, and you should really feel the muscles either side of your spine stretch. And just holding it here for me. And then the weight of your legs, pull on your back. And then when you're ready, lift your legs back up into the air. Support them support your back if you need to. And lower your legs down and come back to laying on your back. And just take a nice deep breath here. And when you're ready, take one knee into your chest and give it a good squeeze. Stretching your hip flexors and your glutes. And then when you're ready, leg goes in the air. Wherever you want to hold, that doesn't matter, just keep the leg straight and pull it towards you. And then I want you to bend the knee and grab hold of your foot. Your foot stays up in the air and you're pulling it down with a bent knee. So you really should feel this in your glute and in your hamstring. And then take that ankle and put it on the opposite knee. Pull the leg towards you and push the knee out. And a good stretch in your glutes and in your IT band. And I'm going to do all of those on the other side. So the leg that you've been working, send it along, and the other one comes in nice and tight into your chest. Straight up into the air, pulling it towards you. And then grabbing hold of that foot, bending the knee, pulling the foot down, feeling that stretch in your hamstring and in your glute. And then take the foot and put it onto the opposite knee. Pull that leg towards you and push the knee away. Feel that stretch in your IT band, in your glutes. If you've done a lot of sitting this week, if you're working from home, you'll probably be really tight there. It's good to stretch it. And have those legs nice and long for me. And when you're ready, take one knee into your chest, hand goes on the outside and push it across your body. Arm goes out and I want you looking away from the knee and looking at the outstretched hand. Let's get a big stretch all across your trunk, in your tummy, in your back. You should feel it a bit in your glutes as well and in your shoulders. A big stretch. And come back to the center, send that leg nice and long and bring the other one in. Hand goes on the outside, push it across your body, try and get the knee to the floor. Hand goes out wide the other way and look away from your knee towards your outstretched arm and feel that stretch. Push your knee to the floor, keep your hand on the floor as well. Really twisting it out. And come back to the center. Legs nice and long, with your hands at your sides and your palms facing up. And just take nice deep breaths for me, getting lots of oxygen into that body. Had a good strength workout today. Made those muscles work, as well as flexibility, making them longer. Hopefully you're feeling nice and relaxed, but you're feeling awake as well, feeling energized, ready to tackle whatever you've got planned today. Keep breathing for me. Focus on that breathing. A deep breath in and a deep breath out. wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, bringing that life back into your body. And in your own time, come back up to sitting and come back up to standing.